There's never any mention of Muhammad or Muslims or anything like that in the film. I was just playing the role of a mother. I have the actual script. I have the title of the film, which was Desert Warriors. We were supposed to be playing a film of how life was 2,000 years ago and compared today, you know, and that's what the film was supposed to be about. You know, have you ever just been lost for words? And I still feel the same way, because I've been come at by so many cameras, so many people, that probably tonight, when I'm alone, maybe the Lord will help me to make sense of everything. Or slow down or something, because my mind's going a million miles a minute. When I found out this movie had caused all this havoc, I called Sam and asked him what happened, why did he do this? And he says, I said, why did you do this to us, to me and to us? And he says, you know, he said, tell the world that it wasn't you that did it. It was me, the one who wrote the script, because I'm tired of the radical Muslims running around killing everyone. I want my name cleared. I want my name cleared, that I had no part of that I would never hurt anybody, no matter what religion they are, nationality they are, that I'm not that woman.
Steve Klein is a guy who said he's going to promote this Innocence of Muslims movie that's caused all this trouble. It's funny because apparently some in the Middle East, you know, Steve-O was just telling us that he read a report that in Libya they think that this movie is the most popular movie in America. Okay, that's hilarious. Literally before this happened, almost literally no one had seen it. They did one screening in Hollywood. They had a hot chick hold up a sign saying, hey, please come in. It still didn't work. They say, the theater owner says, literally 10 people were in the theater. One showing, and that's it. 10 people saw it. Now, what's on YouTube is the 14-minute trailer. Nobody even knows where the rest of the movie is.
Or if there's even a rest of the movie.
They might not even be. They showed something once in Hollywood, and 10 people saw it. 10 people. It's literally the worst movie ever made, the movie that the least amount of people had ever seen before the storming of the embassies and the controversy began. So understand that context. And before I even get to Steve Klein, the guy who apparently made the movie is this guy named Nikula Basili Nikula, who's a Coptic Egyptian Christian, right? Mm-hmm. He lied to the actors and told them, oh, yeah, it's a movie called Desert Warrior. And he dubbed over their lines. So they would, instead of saying Muhammad, they didn't say Muhammad. They would call like Magic Mike or something like that.
No, I heard the interview. The woman said, oh, yeah, his name was George.
Yeah, Master George, yeah. Right? And then you hear them dubbing over, Muhammad. Okay. Ridiculous. Anyway, this guy, this Nikula character, turns out, according to the latest reporting from Daily Beast, was a meth cooker. Okay, not only did bank fraud, which he got 21 months in prison for, and had all these different aliases that were all like Bob Nasili, Sam Nasili, Basili, I should say.
R.J. Tobacco.
Like,
no, really, that was one of his names.
No, really?
Yeah.
Okay, this guy is a clown of the earth. As I told you yesterday, AP shows up at his door. They're like, can we see your ID? He's like, no problem. He puts his thumb over Basili. So they see Nikula. They're like, can we just see that ID? They're like, oh, look, your middle name, Basili. He's like, yeah, whatever. Okay, the worst scam artist of all time. This two-bit crook that put this movie together. Does he speak for the United States of America? Are you kidding me? He's a joke.
Yeah, but you got to understand, it would be hard to get worldwide protests of people burning flags of Basile. And death to Basile everywhere. It's more, you know, it's more important if it's America.
Yeah. And so then we go to Steve Klein. Steve Klein is a guy who is apparently involved in the making of this movie to some degree. He's a right-wing Christian fundamentalist here in Southern California. And he now says he's promoting the movie because he promised the guy that he would. It's a dubious promotion. Well, it's been promoted in some sense. By the way, the guy who actually promoted the movie was a fundamentalist Muslim cleric in Egypt who showed it on TV and said, attack. Okay? Mm-hmm. So now, what has Steve Klein done, this clown of clowns? First of all, let's give you a sense of who he is. Let me show you the video. Reuters went and interviewed him. Here's one of the things that he said.
If I talked to you about this movie, would you go out and kill anybody? No. Would the vast majority of Muslims do it? No. Would a very small fraction whose DNA, genomes, their psyche everything revolves around this insane behavior. Would they go out and do it? Yeah, they would do it. Do I have blood on my hands? No.
Now, no. That's the guy who said the day earlier, yeah, we knew it was going to happen. Like, we anticipated it. So, that's questionable. By the way, a little shot here of how he did the rest of the interview gives you a sense of the character of the guy. Reuters comes over. This is a pretty serious moment. People are dying, etc., etc. Take a look at what he's holding in his hand. Yeah, that'd be a Coors Light. Or just a Coors.
He's probably got a bacon sandwich. He was eating through half of it, too. It's not an accident he's got the beer. It's there to offend and get people upset.
All right. Look, that's funny. Now, what he's done is not that funny because he's a terrible guy. So he says he's gone to every mosque in California, which I don't think any Muslims done. So he's, ironically, has gone to more mosques than Muslims. Anyway, he says he's identified 500 to 750 of these people who are future suicide bombers and murderers. Really? You've got about 500 to 750 of those guys? I don't know how you figured out that they were future suicide bombers. Well, I'm about to tell you.
By the way, yeah, you are.
Okay, but, the authorities might want to talk to you if you've got this list. He says that he infiltrated Muslim sleeper cells that he began finding after September 11th, and that he visited mosques and confronted young Muslim men who dress up like Osama bin Laden and Yasser Arafat. Oh, that's your sophisticated detection system. Yeah, that guy looks like bin Laden. Yeah, you know what? That guy looks like Arafat. Yeah, he's on my list. I can put that guy on the list. Okay, moron. All right, we got more. He says, what do I get out of this? I get to die one of these days hoping my granddaughters and my grandsons will be safe from these monsters. Really? How are you going to die? And I didn't know they were coming for your granddaughters, but he continues, I'm kind of an unsophisticated James Bond operative. I want to piss this guy off, and I want to find out, why does he want to kill me? Well, maybe because you pissed him off. That is quite unsophisticated.
I gotta say, just talking about that, our world is, so many events in the last decade have been determined by morons. Like, no, I mean, if you go back in time in the 20th century, morons didn't have this much clout. Nowhere near as much clout as they do today. I mean, look at the landscape out there.
And that's fascinating because the world is viral, and what they do is they take these village idiots and they amplify them. You know, if you took a village idiot from any Muslim country, Sudan, Libya, whatever it might be, a guy who's a raving lunatic, and you put him on YouTube and you said, that's what Libya stands for. People might get really upset. If other people believe it,
they would believe it.
Right, they get really upset. And that's what they've done with our village idiots. And so, look at these guys' crazy thoughts in his head. He says, why does he want to capture my daughter and granddaughter and rape them, referring to Muslims? What? They don't. They have no interest in your granddaughter, let alone raping her. And why does this guy want to act this way? Look, that's all in your head, you moron. There's nobody coming for your granddaughter.
Nobody's coming
Muslims?
for you.
Yeah, what the hell? And then, funny enough, he says about his critics, oh, my critics, they're just wife beaters and pedophiles. Those people are screwballs. End of comment. I love the irony of this guy calling anyone else a screwball. So this Nakula character and the Steve Klein character are the guys who started this mess. Of course they don't represent America. They're like the dumbest people in America. And they don't speak for us. You gotta understand that. And of course it's fundamentalists on both sides taking advantage of this.
They're just whipping each other up.
Salam alaikum, Mohammed.
Wa alaikum salam.
So, how are you?
I am fine, my friend. I was just waiting that you will call.
So, let's talk, Mohammed, about this movie, Innocence of Muslims, and tell me what you think about.
First of all, I did not dare to even look at the film because it is very, very sacrilegious thing what this gentleman has done. I am so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to read about it because BBC in Asia, some of the correspondents have seen 17 minutes of this movie. And it is not a good idea to make it all public. But first of all, I think it is the biggest fault of YouTube. Maybe they never had a look at it or they never could go through it. Most of the time because because of copyright protection, they delete hundreds and hundreds of films, especially of a cancer patient, a friend of mine. I can't give you her name, but she's a Red Indian activist. They deleted almost 400 films which she had made on borrowed music. And she means no infringe of copyrights and things like this. But if they can delete all those things, why would they allow it? And then more and more we are listening from authentic people. We are coming to know that this everything what this man did was pre-planned, very well executed, and millions of dollars were spent on it. And just to, as far as my opinion is concerned, they are out for something very big. I mean, Netanyahu is coming up with lines. There should be a red line against Iran. There should be this, there should be that. What about the beautiful speech Mr. Obama made? Cairo? And my grandfather has studied in Cairo. So nobody cares a damn what a United States president. On that moment he makes a speech and few days later he backtracks from him. Since the last 4 years, what has he done? Has he solved the Palestinian core problem? Has the world body listened to Chechnya? Has people made contact with Kashmir? When one part of the globe is going into democracy, they are lifting sanctions against Burma. Look what Burma did to Muslims. So this is all pre-planned. Let's just snub Muslims wherever we can. Who cares? Petrodollars are going back to the Western powers. I have no idea whatever Barack Obama is doing because he has to look after American interests. That is the core issue for him. He cannot be in middle of something. He cannot even have health reforms. He cannot do anything at the moment. So what is up to him to decide? I mean, they're after Iran, right, left and center. Each day a new thing comes. Let's do this to Iran. Let's do that to Iran. Netanyahu has been barking on the wrong tree for so long. Instead of saying, okay, we will not make more settlements in Palestine. We will try to ask the core issue of the Muslim world. What are the core issues? Why, when so many riots happened on so many times, first they burned books on Salman Rushdie affair, and they put their foot down and they said, yeah, freedom of speech. Then there was a cartoon issue. Yeah, freedom of speech. Both sides, I am telling you quite authentically, both sides take advantage of it. The religious fanatics of one side, the religious fanatics of the other side, they all join hands and one tries to exploit everything and the other one tries to be quiet for a while and then he comes up again and then one says, oh, freedom of speech. Sweden could have put the foot down and say, no more cartoon affairs. Like the French government was very kind to Muslims. They said, no, sorry, we are not allowing this to happen in France. They did not allow. Same with India. India never published Salman Rushdie's books in India, never imported them. He is not even allowed to visit there. Recently in Germany, the rabbis and the Muslim mullahs got together because of a small law which does not allow circumcision. If we are brothers on one direction, we are all sons and daughters of Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him. And the land is the holy land for all people of the book. Then why can't we just make use of it? Since internet has been introduced, there have been always one problem, another problem, few days later another. Then Muslim countries ban Facebook. Muslim countries stop YouTube. Same is the case with China. People were exploiting Chinese weaknesses, Chinese internal matters openly. So such a big country have stopped Facebook. Same is the case with us. If we criticize American policies in the Middle East or core issues of why Muslims are so angry, Facebook will ban us. So it's just the tide. As the tide flows, everybody follows the tide. Nobody is willing to listen to Muslims. What is the core issue of Muslims? God forbid, I am an artist. And I have said this thing in 2005 also, at the height of the cartoon affair. I gave interviews, I did everything possible. That was the same time that in 2005, 85,000 people died in Pakistan because of an earthquake. And Denmark stopped the chain which was going to Pakistan. The relief convoys was stopped. The shipping industry was stopped because of this cartoon affair. And then Scandinavian countries step in. Why there are no grievances against so many other countries? And one thing we don't know, how does South America feel about this? Nobody came from Spain out on the streets when South America banned some parties which was very much religious Christianity oriented. They took away parts of constitution also, which was protecting the law of the land, which was based on Christianity. Nobody from Roman Catholics, Protestants came out on the street because they think the only time they will do harm, that is to Muslims. And I've been keeping a very low profile for a long time. But this thing happens again and again and again. Nobody in the Muslim world, God forbid, will burn a Bible or come out on the street with cartoons of the Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him. We are all from a big family. But if the Jewish lobby or some people in that lobby want to support this man, so be it. Let him come, have a dialogue. Why is he doing? Maybe I will learn something from him. But this innocent people, when innocent diplomats, when innocent bystanders will die because of this thing, everybody will start exploiting. Every Friday, a religious fanatic mullah will get hold of few immature people and they will exploit the situation. And I have seen with my eyes on television that the outer barometers of embassies are sort of a goodwill for other countries. It is the birthright of other countries to protest, but peaceful, not to harm diplomats, because you are trying to create an atmosphere that is free for all.
Yes, Mohammed, please, about that, we all agree that you can't make a demonstration peacefully. It's what happened in Libya, Benghazi, the American consulate. They say the people, they protest peacefully, and suddenly the people inside the embassy, the security, they shoot, they use machine gun, and they shoot, they kill some people who make demonstration. Do you have information about that? Because you have some friend in Libya. Tell us about what happened exactly, the truth. Because the White House, I guess they are lying. They say it's Al-Qaeda who done that. What do you think about that, Mohammed?
First of all, I want to make one thing clear. I am against violence. And it is all thanks to my fans that I get feedbacks, because we are authentic people. We are on verge of history where I make decisions to learn from history, and I'm not following anybody like a sheep. We are good friends. We have our inside informations. We always wait to confirm. Once the things are confirmed, then we like to talk about it. And the other thing I want to come, before I come to Libya.
About the U.S. consulate in Libya, what happened exactly according to the people who was there?
Yes, according to my sources, what happened was some documents were stolen from the embassy, which were confidential. And then when the American ambassador came back, within one day he was taken out because they knew where he is going, where he is standing. And this was not nice. That's what I'm trying to tell you again. If United States embassy is not safe, then what is safe in this world? 24 hours ago, there was a very big attack in Karachi embassy in Pakistan. People demonstrated there. But Pakistani police Pakistani Rangers, everybody made a matter of their own, how to say, a diplomatic matter that we should protect the American interest, and they did. God forbid, it is very, very sad whatever happens. A friend of mine in Lahore, library was burnt. She had to take refuge on the wall. She had to hide herself. All these things I come to know because United States Information Center trusts me. I am on verge of history. I am no friend of nobody. I am always against the people, the person who take human lives. But when it comes to enough is enough, try to listen to somebody. This is what I want to tell you again and again. You cannot hide the truth.
What you think, Mohammed, about this movie? They say that there is evangelical fanatic people in America, evangelical church, who gave also money and to promote this movie. What is the goal of the promotion of this movie? To put oil in the fire like this? There is a big demonstration here and there in the Muslim world, and like this Israel can attack Iran. Do you think it's possible, this?
I have no idea, because last time they attacked, there also was a chaos. This is their old habit. If you look at history, this is their old habit. The minute they realize there is no governing body in the United States, they will do something. Nobody can understand why confrontation is taking place. This is a wildfire. There is no way nobody is going to win. But I must tell you again and again, within my lifetime I have seen 4 serious crises. I have never seen a Muslim artist drawing antichrist things. I have never seen it. Anyway, this is up to you to understand what I'm trying to tell you.
I understand 100%, and you're right. So to conclude, Mohammed, about this movie, Innocence of Muslims, what you suggest to our friend Muslims to calm down?
Yes, I think United Nations should step in for the first time. United Nations should step in. They should take brotherhood. They should take goodwill. They should put their foot down, and then they should invite for a dialogue. That all these things should stop, and this should be the last one. Because very soon somebody else will come and somebody will say, oh, freedom of speech, honor my freedom of speech. And then a copycat incident will happen. All these things are true. This man cannot go to internet facilities unless he is backed by some big power. And money makes the man go around. How did he get all the money? We don't know. We should all respect the holy books, the holy prophets. There is no difference between a Christian, a Jew, or a Muslim in the eyes of God.
That's
God
right,
created
Mohammed.
us all equal. We should abide by the rule.
Exactly. We all the same. Doesn't matter if you believe in something or you have another religion. We are all the same, you know.
Yes, we are all the same. Yes.
And Mohammed, about the movie Innocence of Muslims, I hope, and I'm not the only one, of course, that the people who make this movie, Nakula, Basley, and the other evangelical fanatic, they will pay the millions of dollars. They have to give this money to every single people who die, demonstrator, you know, who die in Pakistan or in other countries, you know.
Yes, this is a very good point that you are making. I hope your point will be well listened and well kept. Instead of slowing your internet down, this is not a nice way in the civilized society. You also have the right to say what you want to say and come up. That's what basic dialogues are for. But as far as I'm concerned, United States should also tell that you are the main cause for what happened to our diplomats. And United States should also kind of law inciting another person's religion is not a nice thing.
Exactly. They have to change the law, you know, to say that freedom of speech, it's important, but if you say something like a blasphemy against another religion, you can go in court and or go in jail or pay a lot of money for that, you know, because it's not good to hurt the feeling of other people, you know.
Yes, I hope that they will listen to you. We never got any compensation because what we did for USSR or against USSR, for the Allied forces, or what the Western people value, democracy in Afghanistan, it has backfired in Pakistan. We helped the Afghan refugees for so many long years. Now it's more than 30 years we have helped them. And now they are turning against us. They have totally ruined our infrastructure. And I can best speak on my own behalf. But every Friday, the religious fundamentalists are looking for these small excuses to bomb blast someplace, to kill some people, bring hatred among different sections of Muslims. But this is a good platform for them. They will say, oh, this man so-and-so from America did this. Let's do this, let's do that. But this is not right. No blood should be spilled. Immediately, there should be a small governing council of religious scholars. They should sit down. If Arab League can be listened by whole Arab nations, and Pope says, don't do this while he is in Lebanon, why can't Lebanese people from, again I'm repeating my word, from Jamia Al-Azhar University, because it is the most respected university in whole of Muslim world. And Mr. Barack Obama was there. He made a speech. Let him honor his word. Let us sit down and say, okay, these are the core issues, these are the sensible issues, these are the small sensibilities, these are the small little platforms which Muslims respect, Christians respect, people of the book respect. This is so strange that few days ago Jews and Muslims were standing next to each other to ask for the rights in Germany. And 2 days later this man throws a movie on our face. How is this possible?
For all these people who die, we have to find the people responsible.
Yes, my sources tell me this. Oil contracts went missing in consulate in Benghazi. America was warned of embassy attack, but did nothing. Maybe because he was in the transit. The American ambassador was coming back to areas which only they and their security knew. But this is, again, I strongly condemn. Killing an ambassador in Libya or anywhere else is not justified, because he is not there to stand on his own. Had it been any other country, America would have gone to war by now. I don't know what they are doing, but why take a risk of taking advantage of someone innocent when they have such draconian experience? What happened in Iran when they took away the entire embassy? They took 90 plus people as prisoners. All these things happened, and then they tried to attack, and something happened, something went wrong. So fire with fire, fire with fire, hypocrisy with hypocrisy, this is no way to act, because the way this thing travels on the net within a blinking of an eye, everything is connected. America should learn by their own things. They invented all these things. So they should keep to the books, because some people are listening, some people are acting. Lot of things can happen. But my main point, which you and I we are discussing today, is yes, I agree with you. If there is a way to compensate to the people who are died, they must do it with the right hand and don't tell the left hand. We did that. Because the minute they started to show off, oh, we did this, we did that, it all backfires.
They don't have to give only $10,000 or $20,000 for the life of one demonstrator, but they have to give a lot of money, because the life of one American, either it's the ambassador of United States, we're sorry he died, of course, or the life of one demonstrator, it's the same value. We all the same. Doesn't matter you rich, poor ambassador, or you work in the McDonald's or whatever, you know.
What we can do, you and I, we can only pray. Who died should be compensated from the money of this movie maker. Nobody else.
So thank you very much, Mohammed.
You are welcome, my friend. You are always welcome to I'm sorry I cannot disclose all the secrets and because people trust me to send me information. But we can always have a compatible view.
Exactly.
A view that doesn't hurt anybody, but just tells them, okay, clear your eyes, clear your glasses, here we are. The rest is up to you. And God bless you. Thank you for inviting me.
God bless you too, Mohammed.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.